Hi, I'm Ben Turpin and welcome to Whip Finish Industries, the final step in your fly fishing experience. Today I want to share with you a fly that I call the Hares emerger. This is a basic emerger pattern that I designed several years ago that imitates many of the early season gray colored or tan colored mayflies that you're going to find. So your quill Gordons, your Hendricksons, your blue quills, you can imitate these flies with this basic emerger pattern. We're going to start out with a standard dry fly hook. Tiemco Model 100 works well for this fly. We're going to tie it in a size 14 here in the video, but you can tie it all the way down to an 18 to imitate different mayflies. Once you get to the bend of the hook, we're going to take some natural wood duck feather and make a small tail. Now typically emerging mayflies don't have long tails, so we're going to use the length of the hook shank and tie in our tail on this fly. Trim off the butt sections. And as the name implies, it's a hare's ear. So basically we're tying kind of a floating hare's ear nymph. Gonna take some natural colored hare's ear dubbing. And we're gonna make a neatly dubbed body, starting at the tail and working our way forward. The hare's ear is a little, not quite as fine as like a super fine dubbing, so it's not quite as neat, but we want this fly to sink down in the surface film a little bit, so it doesn't hurt to have a natural fur that's going to absorb some water. For the wings on this, we're going to take some natural dun hen hackle and this webby hen hackle. We're going to take the two flies, or the two feathers, and marry them together so that the stems are matched together. Once we do that, we're going to take a wing burner, place it over top of the stems, centering the stems in the middle of the burner, and then we're going to take our lighter and we're going to shape the wings. So now we have some really nice shaped mayfly wings. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our wings, we're going to place them over our hook shank and kind of measure the length. And we can peel back the feathers. And I'm going to flip these over because I like the way the angle looks going this way better. And we're going to get our length of our wing so the tips of the wings come just past the end of the hook shank. We'll secure those on top. So it kind of looks a little bit like a wet fly at this point in time. Neaten things up a little bit. Trim off that little stray fiber. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of dark brown CDC dubbing. And when I originally tied this fly, CDC dubbing didn't exist, so I just did it with hare's ear. But the CDC adds a little more flotation to the fly, and actually when it's picked out, it makes a really nice set of legs. So it's got a couple advantages over the hare's ear dubbing. So we make a little CDC head. We'll make a nice neat thread head. Do our whip finish. After our fly is finished, I'm going to take my dubbing needle or bodkin, pull out a little bit of fibers on each side. You can see that kind of was a clump that came out there. Kind of trim that because we want a nice even set of legs. Just kind of rough that up and pick out the fibers and make some legs. Just clean it up a little bit. This is one of my favorite emergers to imitate a Hendrickson mayfly. It's extremely effective. Last year up on the Delaware, I caught several fish over 20 inches on this really basic emerger pattern. It looks like an emerger. It could also look like a cripple laying on its side. So it's really effective to match the Hendricksons, again, the blue quills, quill Gordons. Great early season pattern for April, but also is effective throughout the year, matching a variety of mayflies. You can scroll down through our material list. You can find the hen hackle for doing the burnt wings. We're going to list the wing burner itself, so you can get that. The wood duck, everything you need to tie the hare's ear emerger is in that material list. Click on what you need and we can get it shipped to you so you can tie the hare's ear emerger exactly how it was tied here on Whip Finish Industries. Thank you for watching Whip Finish Industries, and we'll see you on the stream.